Hello guys, today we're going to make a video about the history, actually an alternate history, for humanity. As you can see, there's a full map of the world, including Antarctica, and we're going to basically make a new history. I already have a bit for it, and it starts in the Yellow River. I think it is over here. And this civilization, I do not know the name, and I will not think of it for now. We'll start around with these rivers around the start of the end of the Yellow River. Over time I mean 30, 50, 100 years, they get all of these territories in China. The new king, now expansionist, wants to expand these territories over the rest of the Yellow River. That's why the nation is yellow. And not just the Yellow River, but a few others. He gets still here until he is killed by a new civilization over here. This new civilization goes through the territories of the rest of the Yellow River and gets this lake over here. And it's not like they hate each other, but that assassination was pretty, like, what the hell, why do you do that? They keep up the expansion. What the hell happened? Okay, and both nations try to convince the other one to enter a war, to be at war, but both actually don't want it and want it at the same time. The yellow nation keeps expanding, and the red one is still trying to get used to the new way of existence as a nation and not as a tribe. While these two nations are expanding through all of these rivers, there's another nation that will show up here, on the Nile River. This civilization, now purple, will get all of these territories over the Nile, around the Nile River, and we'll get to the Suez. Wait, that's already the canal. Well, ignoring that. The nation will expand here through all of the Nile River and its basin, and will even expand to other sorts of areas. These nations are already pretty big for its history, but we can't ignore that for now. They go around and reach the areas of the Levant and get all of the Sinai? Is it the Sinai Peninsula? I forgot the name of this peninsula. And while they keep up expanding with the expansion, separatists show up already. Oops, that's pretty too similar of a color. And they declare independence from the whole, I don't know what. They also get some other territories around them and stop here. But they keep up with the expansion and getting big parts of the Nile River that was already conquered by the purple, the Nile Republic. They stop right here, and they make kind of a pact, an alliance. And while this is happening, let's go back to China. Finally, guns shots are fired, and there's a mini, very small, tiny war against both of them, starting with uh, with a yellow victory, but then they start losing gains, and the war keeps up like that until the end, which is over here. Now, let's go back to the Indus Valley. Yes, that was already a civilization, but honestly, we don't need to care. New nation over here. I don't even think this has to be in this valley. Who knows? Well, they get all of the territories over the Indus Valley. Remember, this is the times of the Sumerian Empire in our timeline. I think it's the Sumerians. And Babylon. There are already these pretty biggish nations, and they will keep up with the expansion for a while. The Indus Valley gets all of these, and invades the rest of these territories before stopping over here because they need to assimilate. Looking for the good word. Egypt now is ready for more expansion over the African continent and the Asian continent, but they are still very weak. They're still very recent, so they can't do a lot. But while this, a new nation is established in Crimea. Pretty strange for a nation. Pretty strange for our region to have already a civilization. But this pink Crimean country gets these territories and will immediately stop because they're still extremely weak. I think I got too many similar colors. Anyways, the world stops for a while. Not here, of course not. Because new nation, oh my gosh. This time I'm gonna use a bigger one, a bigger brush, bigger size, and it basically has these territories, now becoming the largest nation in history, for now. And with this for now, of course, it gets these territories over the old Inca region, gets all of these, and finally, some ships are made, and they reach these islands right here, which I completely forgot the name, but are Ecuadorian today. They stop because they were formed like 10 years ago, and now here comes the expeditions, and the Indus Valley meets the Red Nation. Of course, they will not meet until 5000. Actually, never, because Civil War will happen very later, a bit later. The Indus Valley gets these territories over here and stops in this river, and they basically connect, make the borders prettier, more unique, more interesting, and they stop right here, over here. And then, after this expansion, they will have to completely stop because Civil War. Remember when I told you about the Civil War? Yeah, this is it. It gets these. It's actually secession, and this new Indus Valley civilization shows up and gets these territories down south. And now, one more landlocked nation. Poor guy. Actually, not so poor. He's second richest country in the world. And now, the world looks like what the hell? It looks like this. And here. But we won't see this nation for long because collapse. The nation couldn't exist really well, and starts losing territory. The nation collapses basically, and now is forced to stay here, but still keeps on with the territory loss, and now they disappear completely from the world map. Well, that's a little bit, almost no time, 100 years. And now the Crimean nation can do something. They expand over what is the Crimean, the Black Sea, and they get a lot of stuff actually. They get these territories over Anatolia, and they reach Eastern Thrace, and then Anatolia. This empire is getting pretty big compared to the other nations, and this is getting pretty worrying. They go around the whole Black Sea. I'm gonna call this the Black Sea Empire now. They finally connect territories. Now we have another. It's not a collapse, but a collapse. The Yellow River civilization collapses, and now many nations are formed. Like, for example, these two nations over here. Over time, the nation will lose more and more territory, and eventually, unfortunately, collapse. This is the last nation to be independent because the rest will fall. Will fall completely, actually. No normal losses like the other nation that just collapsed. But anyways, these three civilizations will fight over the old empire that actually existed over here. And invasion. The first invasion, the second invasion in China, and then the war stops over here. The nation is even smaller and is almost puppeted. Going back to the Black Sea Empire, it starts losing territory to barbarians. These barbarians are actually a new nation, which will become a very big nation in the future. Not now. And it will get these territories over here in the Anatolian Eastern Thrace region. Again, the Black Sea Empire is still weak. It just came into existence and can collapse whenever they want. Actually, they won't collapse, but they will lose these territories that they had before. But now it's just Black Sea, not Black Sea Empire, not Black Sea Republic, Black Sea. A new nation here too. Not a puppet, not anything, just these territories over here. And now they will be able to expand. Expand normally, like normal nations. This nation right here will stop over this river right here, which I forgot the name to, and we'll try to surround the Black Sea nation. But it won't happen for long. Actually, it will never, because it will collapse in some time, not now. And we now get to have this new nation right here, which actually is going to expand. Is going to expand a lot around Anatolia. Won't be for long. Won't be for long at all. But it will lose these territories and get bigger. Just a little spoiler. And it stops over here. Now, I think it's the second largest nation in the world. This, what's the name? A color over there will start expanding across the where's the Danube? I think this is a Danube. Let's see. Goes across the Danube River and will become the Danube Empire. These are very, very prehistoric nations. And it will also go to the top ranks of strongest nations of the world. It will get the access of the Mediterranean Sea. And the first war breaks out because the leader of this nation completely wants unification of all of the Balkans over here. And Eastern Thrace is part of the Balkans. Of course, this is unacceptable to the king, leader, oligarch of the Peach Nation. It will regain and expand some lands over here. And they're like, oh, peace, peace, please peace. And finally peace occurs. Now, let's go to the layers here. Let's do capitals. The capital of this nation is Istanbul. The capital of this nation is here. The Crimean nation is here. Here. The Egyptian nation, of course, has its capital here. I don't know the names of any of these cities. I won't even make them up. But you can notice that most of them are along a kind of river, or not. If not, it is off the coast. Now, this nation will put it on a river, on a lake, and let's just play around. I don't speak English at all, and this is the map of the capitals. I will make main cities later, but let's just continue with this. Now, there is a new nation that will show up, and it is my favorite nation. Yes, I will already say that. Mediterranean Empire. Oops, I said empire, right? Republic. It will start with Corsica, Sardinia, and these two islands that I completely forgot the name, but it will expand later. But it will stay like this. Remember these two nations in the future. Now, continuing, the Egyptian nation will make an expedition over here, northern Africa, and it will capture all of these territories for itself pretty briefly. Not very briefly, but we'll see that for the rest of the episode. Don't worry. Now, I think the largest nation right now is this. There will be another expedition to this area, and ships too. It will get Crete and Cyprus, and this island right here that I accidentally gave to, these two islands there that I accidentally gave them to the Turks. For now, this is the world. Pretty big for the period of Carthage. This is now Carthage. Time is going really fast because not much stuff will happen, except the collapse of a few nations, which are, let's start this empire right. Oops, did I do something wrong? I think I did something wrong. Anyways, the empire of, I think it's Kush. It will remain. Oops, I think I did something wrong over here. Tolerancy 25. Yeah, that's it. And the collapse of the old Indus Valley, and sadly, the Red Nation. Why these countries collapsed? Well, all of them have a reason, except the Pink Nation. They just disappeared. New nation time. This time, it will be in these three islands, and they will expand over to to Spain, to Iberia, to the Iberian Peninsula. Of course, they will stop over here because mountains, and they will capture all of this for themselves. These two have beef because this is Mediterranean, this is also Mediterranean. So they will hate each other for a few years. And finally, war. Another war. It's been times, it's like been 2,000 years since there wasn't any war. They get these territories, but good. It's the good part. The Spanish put their capital in here, which I forgot completely to add. Capitals, again. Let's go to capitals. Capital over here. I forgot the capital here. It is here. There is also, oh, there's no more capitals to add. Now, let's get back here. This time, the Anatolian Republic or something like that will start with expansion. Getting this because of the beef with Egypt. And they will try to their maximum to surround the whole purple Egyptian nation. They will stop here and they will go up to, actually we're gonna let them stay until here, and they will stop because they don't need to expand that much. And of course, people hated that, and oops, new nation existing right now. Let's get to the peach. Greece. Greece is united. It will get all of the territories over these two rivers. Some of these islands will be given to Greece, and others will be given to, will stay in Anatolian rule. Egypt and Greece enter a war. Greece gets Crimea, except this city that they will have to besiege. They get the islands over here, finally besiege. And Anatolia joins the war against Egypt. Impressively, the Egyptians will be able to stand their ground, but will lose all these territories, and eventually the capital is besieged. Over time, they will lose more and more territory, and they will have to make a peace treaty. Now, let's show how the peace treaty will be. Just painting this. I think I won't even need to paint this. But anyways, Anatolia will gain these territories here. Greece will puppet the nation. I don't even know how this as a puppet. I will do this and probably and how do I do this? Anyways, let's just reverse all of that. Select the color. They will get these territories over here, and the rest will be a puppet. A puppet of Greece. This puppet thing will stay for a while. And of course I will make the borders better. But now, for now, this is a world map. Technically, the biggest nation is Greece because of the puppet over here. And now, as the puppet here, they will eventually lose territory to the Greeks, and they will eventually have to agree with these territories. For now, I mean. Now, the Mediterranean Republic hasn't done very, very much. Actually, we're going to go to China, because China has gone silent since the last death. But they will keep up with the expansion. This green nation will be this over here. And will eventually retake the capital. And now that that happened, I will have to do the stuff with the layers, but this time, main cities. And it will be the size 5. Get this. We're also going to do this. And this. And the first main city is founded here. 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 And in Corsica, there's one. All of these nations now have main cities, of course. Let's just do that to all capital cities that we have. Oops. Did you do that to that nation? Probably yes. Do it to this nation. Do it to this nation, and this nation. Now we can erase the old capitals. Now it's just a main city. This is also a main city of nothing. And this is also a main city. Is it only that? Yeah, but now I can add the capital of Greece. This is the capital of Greece. Let me see if there are other capitals that I need to deal with. Nope. Anyways, the Mediterranean Republic will start its new expansion campaign around Italia. Oh, I did something wrong, completely wrong here. Wait. Selected the color, and paint. They get Malta. They get Malta, Sardinia, the Reach, Tunisia. They stop here, of course. And new nation alert. Brisk. I'm gonna call this Brisk. Starts here in Sicily, gets Naples stuff, and reaches almost all of Italy. But of course, it stopped at the Alpine Mountains, which are technically basically over there. They eventually get these territories over here. I just don't know why they're showing up. Now they are. They will get these territories over here. Again, they will get these territories over here. And now we have reached year 0. This is the world by year 0. You can notice that there are many, many nations over here in on the Mediterranean. War, conquest of these territories over here, and they get this part of Tunisia. All down this river here that I forgot the name again. While this is happening, 3 new nations. More nations, actually. This nation here around Brittany. Yeah, around Brittany. There's also another blue nation that will show up. Where will it show up? It will show up over here. And the south will completely be the Cyan nation. And by this time they have already discovered this area over there. Now, remember this nation too, these nations too. Let's now go to capitals and do capital stuff. I know the future of these 3 nations, of course. Capital, Rome, probably. Remember all of these nations around the Mediterranean. Actually, remember all of these nations. We're focusing too much on Europe. Now we should focus on the Indus. The Indus Valley is weakened after over 10,000 years and collapse. Wait, I need to... Wait, oh yeah, I'm still here. And delete. Poof. Now we can... Oops. What did I do? We can now erase this over here. Now it's just a main city. And this nation will also collapse. Let's just go here. This nation will collapse. And actually we can give it to the beige nation, because of course it already basically had it, but didn't at the same time. Now we have all of this for the world. What about this nation over here, which I completely forgot the name? Actually, it started here. Oops, again. time, it will expand around through all of Iberia. Yes, it will get claims over northern Africa, and now this is Iberia. This whole thing is Iberia. And by the end of the video, I will round up, I will make these borders very better, very much better. Sorry for the bad English. Now, Anatolia. It will expand over here, declare war on the Danube, and now the Danube is way smaller. This is year 120, and I already know what to do by year 120. New nation alert, Babylon. Babylon? Mesopotamia. Which means in between rivers, Meso, in between Tamia rivers. Is it like that? Well, anyways, it will get these territories here, like normal Mesopotamia, but it will expand. This is the world by now. Now we get it will get these territories. We'll get all of today's Kuwait. Actually, Kuwait is over here. And this is the world by year 100. Pretty intense. Because there's a lot of nations over here and almost no nations over here. Nation in Africa. This is it Sierra Leone or is it still Guinea? It looks like no. This is Ghana. This is Togo, Benin. I think it's around there. Now there is a new nation in Africa too that actually will stop temporarily Brisk, and it will stop. Its objective was to stop European powers in Africa. It will expand over this and will completely stop Spain. And just to be sure, it will do all of this. Now, the largest nation in the world is Iberia, I guess. And now, I don't know a lot of what we could do, except new nations everywhere. Over here, Civil War. Capital is lost. I think this is Crimson, this color over here. Capital is lost. They have to flee over here, but for nothing because they will collapse because of no capital. Now, this is too much. Oh gosh, what did I do over here? Anyways, oh my gosh, what is happening? I'm gonna change color here of the nation. Remember this nation too. Now there's a new nation here in the UK region. And it will start in Wales and Cornwall. Oops, too much of Brittany. It will start in Cornwall and Wales. Get all of this. and stop here. Now, there is this nation here in Ireland. Sorry. How do will I make this? Okay. This nation here in Ireland. Let's make this part 5, right? Okay. This nation here in Ireland, it will get all of Ireland and the Isle of Man, and this area is Scotland. A Scottish nation-ish. It's actually not completely Scotland. What the hell happened? Okay, anyways. It will get these territories, including the... Are these the Faroe Islands? I think yes. I guess so. And these islands right here. I don't even know how Denmark got this, but not this. Anyways. Now we have a golden nation in southern UK. It will get this, and we will just spam small nations. Over here. Over here. Oops. Over here. And the last nation is going to be this yellow greenish nation that I just noticed that I never even used. New thing, I guess. Wow. So cool. Anyways. Let's just paint the rest here. This is the UK. Very messy. Let's now make more capitals. This capital here will not be Dublin. It will be the capital over here. This one will be... It can be on one of these islands. Here, 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 here. No, wait, no. Far away. Far away. Far away. These are the trillions of capitals over here in Great Britain. These will change, of course, over time. Now the Frankish nations. Select. I forgot about the stuff here. Anyways. Now, it will expand to this region over here. And it has officially met Brisk. And they already hate each other. Oh, how they do. But they don't have time for that, as they will invade these two countries. Not a lot, because both will coalition him back. Oops. And it will lose these territories over here. The war ends with a peace treaty. This nation wasn't able to do anything. This was successful. And the purple nation will collapse with the first nation gaining its independence. Now time will go really slower. This is the year 150 and all of this happened. All of this, actually nothing is happening over here. I'll talk about that later. This one will happen, this nation will be independent. I think it's Galicia, the name. This is Galicia? Anyways. And this red nation will show up and grab all of this. Oops. What happened? What did I do wrong? Anyways, it will get all of this. Sorry for the bad board. Sorry for the bad borders. I will change these. Now, after Iberia lost all of these territories, the last thing they have to do is hope that they won't be invaded anymore. Of course they won't. Of course not. And now let's talk about China. By now, this nation here will be massive. Let's just show the borders over here. It will gain all that. It will gain all of this, approximately. Let's paint this. And this nation here, what? And this nation here will get this up until here, which, we will now paint. This is now China. Of course, new nation China. We're going to make it this color. It's pretty gross. Huh? Not Vietnam, but oh yeah, this island right here. I forgot to make it a nation. This island right here, which I always wanted to make it a nation. And let's see another nation what we can do. We will make a Vietnam. Again, these borders are completely horrible. I will change them all later. These are the start border, the borders at the start. This will be the borders at the start, and it will expand. Oh my goodness, I completely dislike this. And let's paint the rest. I forgot to paint the rest about this. And I think this will be the end of the first episode. Let's see how the world map is. Ooh, it's pretty big. After this, I will spend a few minutes or hours just doing capitals, reshaping the borders, and thinking about new countries or empires. Well, this was it. So, I hope you appreciated this video. I appreciated this. So, bye.